Hi, and welcome to Live with Connie. Today, my guest star is the fabulous Robin with Roaming with Rover, and I'm getting tongue tied already. So, how are you doing today, Robin?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing good. Today has been a fairly busy day. I had to get some filming in, then I got some knitting in, and now I'm live. But yeah, we were having a little bit of technical difficulties. Whenever originally scheduled this live, it didn't show initially, and then I went to redo it, and then it was showing twice, so I deleted one, and evidently I deleted the wrong one, and I started noticing the chats weren't the comments in the chat weren't showing on StreamYard. So I had to go and cancel out the live I initially had and totally reschedule it. So now it appears to be working. And let's see, we have Mary here. How are you doing today, Mary? And what are you currently working on? And Crystal may be lurking. She had an eye appointment today, and her eyes are dilated, so
Oh,
she can't see the keyboard too good, so she probably won't be able to type. So I don't know if she's here or not. And also, I want to welcome those that are going to be t- um, watching this live on replay. And if you do watch the replay, please leave a comment to let us know. And also, feel free to answer any questions in the comments that we ask on today's live. That is, if we get to questions today. You never know. some li- some lives we get to a few, and then some lives we don't get to any. And let's see, Samantha's here, and also Deneen. How are y'all doing today? And what are y'all currently working on? Samantha's working on a scrap blanket and a mosaic blanket. Nice. But yeah, I'm trying to think of what else has going on today. Kitty drama as always. Because poor Allie, she was by the computer desk. And then Sophie decides she wants on me too. And then they started fighting, and I'm like, okay, let me get away from y'all before y'all hurt me. And let's see, we also have classy classy homemade handmade today. And I'm thinking your name is Shondell. Correct me if I'm wrong. But anyway, how are you doing today? And what are you currently working on? And Denise says she's used to seeing you in an orange vest.
yes, I dressed up just for you guys.
Woohoo!
I think it's got a picture of an RV on it, but
Aw.
it didn't show up. I thought that would be fun, but it didn't show up.
Mary's saying, I'm going to try and lurk, but we'll listen. I fell on somebody's face first and my arms hurt like no other. Oh no.
Oh
I hope
no.
you're okay. I hope you're okay.
Oh man. Oh, we are getting terrible, terrible wind right now.
We're getting a lot of wind too. I've been shocked at how windy it is. And I think it's supposed to be windier tomorrow here.
hmm
And it's
So
and it's
you
supposed
guys may remember we live in a motor home, and so when we get big winds like this, it rocks the whole place. And Mr. is outside handling the work. You know, we work 24/7 here. We're working on an oil rig and we do security. So we work 24/7. Well, he went outside to try to help keep it quiet in here. But with this wind, he's probably not going to be able to stay out there very long. So just so you know, we may be getting some background noise going on. And
yeah,
all the dogs are in here now too. So
but that's one thing that like it's been kind of raining today, but I think we're supposed to get more rain tomorrow. And then like Frank's delivery app thing was saying how some that they may have to shut things down
Mhm.
because of the bad weather, which I don't know how bad it's actually supposed to get. I don't know. But let's see. We also have Amanda and Mayor that joined us. How are y'all doing today? And what are y'all working on? And let's see. Mary says, I did work on Spring Shawl today before that. Nice. Okay, so it is Shondell. Okay. And she's working on a doll. Ooh, and Deneen says, pink looks nice on you. Ooh la la.
It's a little bright for me, but I do have something. I'm just so used to the gray all the time. And I thought, I got to find something that isn't gray. And this is what I came up with. Thank you.
And Mary says, didn't hurt at the time, but 8.5 hours later, they feel like I worked out. Yet that's a bad thing. Like when you fall and
Mhm.
stuff like that, it usually hurts like the next day. You feel it, and then like usually if you're gonna bruise, it's gonna show the next day. And Samantha says, I watched your latest finished project video. Awesome. Yeah, I was intending to get that video out like yesterday, like probably late afternoon yesterday or that evening. And I had curlers in my hair, my hot rollers. I was fixing my hair up, and I'm sitting down while waiting for the hot rollers to do their job. I could not keep my eyes open. and and then like I start waking up and I take the curlers out and then I'm like, I'm tired. I'm going lay down in the bed. And I slept from like 3 to 7. I don't know why I slept that long.
Must have been beat.
Let's see.
Oh,
Amanda says, I'm trying to watch you on my TV like normal, but for some reason it's showing you in the middle of the screen in a tiny box. That's odd. I don't know why it's doing it like that. Deneen says, we are in an extreme cold warning. Ooh, brr. Yeah, our temperature is supposed to start dropping back down tomorrow. It's supposed to get back down in the 30s. And today, the average temperature was, I think, 71. So that's like the extreme, like
yeah.
how the
Hmm.
temperature does in Louisiana. It's up, down, up, down, up, down. It can't make up its mind. And let's see, we have Crystal, um, Fish
Hi,
Ranch Home, which
Crystal.
I think Fish Ranch's name is Tyler, and also Lisa. How are y'all doing today, and what are y'all working on? Crystal says, I am here for a bit. I went to the eye doctor today, and my eyes are still dilated, and it's hard to see. Yeah, I was saying at the very beginning, I told you hello in case you were lurking. And let's see. Ooh, Lisa's making lasagna from scratch. I'm on my way, Lisa. I hope you I hope you have extra. And Lisa says we are supposed to have a snowstorm tonight. Ooh, all this bad weather. Okay, Fish Ranch Home is Tyler. Okay, I thought it was, but it's like sometimes I'm kind of like I start to doubt myself. And I'm like, is it? Well, let me ask to make sure. Amanda says, I'm a bit spoiled. I guess my lymphedema is bad today. My youngest son is making supper. Ooh, what's he making? I might have to go to your house too, and you're closer. And Deneen says it is supposed to go down to minus 39 Celsius. Ooh, that's too cold. Yep. Even Amanda saying yikes. Me and Amanda are both from Louisiana. So that's that's like cold. Crystal says, yep, I will be lurking.
Oh, poor Crystal.
And if y'all don't already have this amazing channel member of mine, Ursula with OMG Granny Square, be sure to go check her channel out. Show her that you any love and support. And Tyler says, we gonna have snowstorm too, Lisa. Oops, I'm dropping my mic. Sorry, y'all. Ooh, all these snowstorms. Ooh, spaghetti. Ooh, spaghetti, lasagna. Ooh. Tyler says, I'm from New York. I want to be a part of it. New York, New York. I know I can't sing, y'all. And Amanda says that I'm about 2 hours south of her. Yeah, something like that. 2 or 3 hours, I think. And we got Granny D here. And if y'all don't have Granny D, go check her out. She's another amazing content creator, and I know most of us all love our Granny D.
Mm-hmm.
So how are you, and what are you working on, Granny D? And Tyler says New York always gets snowstorms. Yeah.
A lot of snow.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead now and let Robbin tell y'all more about herself and her channel. And also, if you have any whips or finished objects that you want to show everyone.
Well, hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining in tonight. I really appreciate it. As you may or may not know, this is only my second time on a live. My first time was yesterday, so I'm getting this stuff figured out. I super appreciate Connie for inviting me tonight. It's just been a wonderful learning experience. I'm going to be doing my own live, hopefully, if I can figure all this technology out. I am definitely technology disabled, let me tell you. And so next Tuesday at 10 a.m. Central, I'm going to be doing my own live. So I hope you'll pop in and take a look there. It'll just be me chit-chatting for the first time, getting my feet wet. My channel is Roaming with Rover, and we started out being a very, very, very small, still a very small channel, talking about our adventures. We sold our house and moved into an RV and started traveling the country with our 3 dogs, and started out with a cat. And as just our adventures in traveling the countryside. And then, of course, as it happens, sometimes life gets in the way, and I was not able to continue with the channel for a while, but I always knew I wanted to get back into it. And we are currently staying in just outside of Pecos, Texas, which is kind of in the northwest corner. We're about 80 miles south of New Mexico, south of Carlsbad. So that gives you a general idea where we are. And we are currently working in the oil fields. We are doing security on an oil rig. So it's pretty interesting work. We get to meet a lot of nice people. And so because of this, we're not moving around, and I now have more time, so I'm able to start back in with my channel. Because I have more time, I have time to crochet. So lately, most of the content is about crocheting, but I also throw in travel stuff, and I throw in what it's like to work on a gate. And so basically, this is my life.
Awesome. And did you have any whips or finished objects you wanted to show?
I have a ton of whips and unfinished objects, but they're all, oh, I don't. I've got one right here, as a matter of fact. I forgot I had this sitting here. I got myself all set up in a little corner. Oh, that's Max talking. I got myself all set up in a little corner and forgot to bring anything over with me. So this is the temperature blanket that you guys have probably all seen 1,000 times and are sick of.
Ooh.
But this is last year. And what I did was corner to corner, because it had to be something smallish that I knew I would keep up with, and also easy to work on here in the motorhome. And I knew if I did a great big blanket with lots and lots of every row, I wouldn't keep up with it. I'm real good at starting things. I'm not so good at ending things, at finishing things. But what we did was last November, we left Grapevine, Texas, and started out on the road. And I decided to start this when we left. So let's see, get in the camera here. So this row right here, this purple sparkly, is the day that we left and hit the road again. So this was a year of being on the road and all the different colors. And so each one of these blocks represents 1 month. And of course, this is last November. And then, so I've got them all done. I've got the border on and I'm ready to start sewing them together, which I should have done this week, but that didn't happen. And then the other thing that I have going on is I love this. This is a crochet along, Hooked on Homemade Happiness. I can't believe I remembered it. Hooked on Homemade Happiness. This is week 1, and we are, I believe, on week 6 now. So as you can see, I'm a little behind, but I really like that, and I will get caught up on it. I was working on a sweater for my grandson, and so that had kind of a deadline, and I was really putting all my time into getting that done, which I did. I got it done and popped it in the mail today. So it's my first ever sweater. I used a bag-a-day pattern, and it's the men's cabled crochet. Her stuff is so wonderful, and her patterns are so easy to use. And I did things I never thought I'd be able to do. And I got that sweater done and popped in the mail. I'm so proud of myself. My first ever sweater.
Awesome. That's amazing. And if
Mm-hmm.
y'all don't already have Robbin, go check her out. If one of my moderators can drop her channel link, that would be awesome. And I also have her link in the description box of this live, and it's pinned to the top of the chat. So yeah, go show her some yarny love and support, and throw that yarn in her window.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And let's see. Mare says she's making dinner but listening. And I want to know what you're cooking too. I got options here. And guess what? I got a super chat from Amanda. So y'all know what time it is. It's biscuit time.
Woohoo!
Okay, let me get to the video.
Hi everyone, this is the Biscuit. Thank you for sending Connie a super chat.
And thank you so much, Amanda, for the super chat. And also, for those that don't know about this, I am doing a perk for those that donate to my channel. You could either do a super chat or a super sticker in a live, like what Amanda just did, or you can do PayPal. But if you do PayPal, make sure you send to Frank's email address. Mm-hmm. And his email is by my PayPal information in my videos. Or you can do buy me a coffee. And when you do one of those 3 methods each time you make a donation that way, you get an entry for a prize. And the other ways you can get entries for the prize is you can either be a channel member or become a channel member, and that will get you 1 entry for being a channel member. Or you can make a donation, a prize donation for my birthday bash, which is on February 27th at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm going to be doing lots of prize giveaways on that. So if you make a prize donation, that's 1 entry. And this started on February 1st, and it's going on through April. I'm sorry, not April. I'm getting tired. It's going on through the last day of March. I will pick the winner on April 1st. I'm getting all tongue-tied today. And let's see. We have Sandy that joined us. Hi, Sandy. How are you doing today? And what are you working on? And also, Granny D's bringing up Crystal. If y'all don't already have Crystal, the Yorny Chicken and Crazy Cat Lady, please go pick her up. We want to see her get to 1K soon and to get monetized soon. And she also needs, it should be under 500 watch hours now. The last she updated me, it was 500 more she needed. But she also needs watch hours. So if anyone can play her playlist, that would be awesome. And also, if any content creators can help shout out Crystal on like their channels, either videos or community page, that would be awesome. Maybe share some of her videos, something like that. But let's get her to 1K. Let's get her monetized. You see, and here's her channel link right here.
Oh, wow. She's getting close.
Yes. We want to get her there very, very soon. And let's see, everyone's telling each other hello. Yeah, Crystal says she's got about 500 hours left to go, and she needs 117 subscribers to reach 1K. And Sandy's saying she has so many whips, they have become won'ts. And okay, let's see. And people are saying how pretty your projects are.
Oh, thank you so much.
Okay, so you say not a mod for you, darling, but I've got her already. Now, do you want to become a mod for me, Sandy? Because I could always use more moderators. And that goes for anybody else that would like to be a moderator. I can always use more mods. I find it's best to have too many mods than not enough. Because you really always want to have like some moderators present when you're live. And let's see. Granny D says, I have yet to make a sweater or a top, but pretty sure when I do, it will be from a bod tutorial.
Mm-hmm. Well, Granny D, that really surprises me. I would have thought you'd have whipped out several of those already.
Yeah, but Bag O'Day has some beautiful patterns. I'm working on one of her shawls right now. And Amanda says, I'm going to open my laptop in a bit and use my other login and set her playlist to autoplay and just let it play. That should help. And another thing too, like whenever you play people's playlists, it's also a good idea to what do you call it? Where you delete the history.
Oh.
The play history. Because I do think sometimes if you don't do that, it don't count the hours. I can't think of what you exactly call it.
Yeah, I've not heard of doing that, but that makes sense.
Let's see, Cynthia's here. How are you doing today, Cynthia? And what are you working on? Okay, and I'm all caught up with the chat for clear your history. Okay, yeah. Okay, that's what it is. I'm actually caught up in the chat. So do you want to go ahead and ask the first question, Robbin?
Sure. Have you ever been snorkeling? This is a great question. And I actually have been snorkeling. I have been lucky. I love to go on cruises. And I have been lucky enough to snorkel in Hawaii. And it was unbelievably beautiful. And I've also snorkeled in the Cayman Islands. And we were swimming with stingrays. So we got to snorkel while the stingrays were there. Amazing, just amazing things.
See, I got to go whenever I was stationed in Diego Garcia.
Oh.
And it's, I mean, beautiful. Now, at first I was scared because like I had never been snorkeling before. And the first time I tried, like the people that I was trying, they weren't really helping me out. And, I was like, I can't do this. And then the next time I went with, someone that was helpful.
Mm-hmm.
So I was able to do it then. But like I could never like go down as far down. Like I always kind of had to have the top of my thing
Mm-hmm.
sticking up
Mm-hmm.
above the water. Where like some people could like dive down and
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't do that. Um and then like there were times we would take a boat out and jump off the boat and go
Yeah.
snorkeling. I mean it was amazing. I would have loved to have seen like a dolphin though.
Yeah.
Okay, Crystal. No, there's something in the settings on YouTube. And I found it because I know someone else had brought it up about deleting like your viewing history on YouTube. But I don't know, I would have to play with YouTube to see like how to get to it again. And let's see. Cynthia says, I'm working on a baby sweater. Nice. Okay, Mary has not been snorkeling. Oh, and if y'all, those that haven't been, if y'all ever get an opportunity, go snorkeling. Crystal says, no, never been, don't like water, laughing out loud. And I'm not the strongest swimmer. I'm not.
Mm-mm.
And I did it. But that was the thing. That's where I got scared the first time I tried because I wanted someone to stay close where
Mm-hmm.
I could like be like, hey, help, help. Cynthia says, yes, I snorkeled in Hawaii. Wonderful experience. And, and Samantha's back. Mary says, we snorkeled when we were in Cancun many years ago. Nice. Amanda says, ain't gonna catch this. You are not, Amanda. You're beautiful. She says, you're not gonna catch her in the ocean. I'm good to look at. I'm good to look at it, but not be in it, laughing out loud. Yeah, I think that's what clear watch history through YouTube. Yeah. So I think you got to go like to your settings in YouTube, and that's how you do it. Yes, Samantha. Tomorrow, I will be going live at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. And I'm starting a new segment on Thursdays, time slot. And it's going to be 9 a.m. every Thursday. And it's going to be called Coffee with Connie. So I got to make sure I make coffee tomorrow. But yeah, and I am still looking for someone to come live with me tomorrow if they're interested. But you will need Restream to come live with me. Because Thursday lives I'll be doing on Restream because StreamYard only gives you like 20 hours a month. That's free. And I hit close to 20 hours a month already. So that's why I'm doing the Thursdays on the other platform. But and the thing is with StreamYard, just to get, like it don't matter if you just need like 2 extra hours a month. It's like they'll charge you $20, I think it is. So it makes no difference, if it's a few hours or if you need a lot. And it's like I'm not paying $20 just for a few more hours. Well, it'll probably be a little bit more than a few, but especially whenever I can use Restream. And and Restream is actually unlimited, but I do prefer using StreamYard. But yeah, or if I don't have anyone that says that they want to come live, I will do an open panel where I will put the link in the chat if anyone wants to jump on the panel if I don't have a guest star. So keep that in mind too. Let's see. Amanda says, I'll make sure to clear the YouTube watch history before I set it up to watch her playlist just to be sure. Awesome. And let's see, Spring is here. And how are you doing today, Spring? And what are you currently working on? And spring is just around the corner. Spring is in the air. Okay, I'll behave myself. But yeah, so yeah, tomorrow at 9 I will be live. And then, and I may just be by myself based on what happens. I don't know yet. I really, I didn't really contact others to try to see if I could get anyone to come live with me tomorrow. So, like I said, I don't know what's going to happen with tomorrow's live. But I am thinking that I might do like some coffee type questions. Like some of the questions I ask will be like coffee related. And those that don't drink coffee, they could either just like tell me about like how they drink their tea or their drink of choice. Yes, it's at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, Spring. Thank you, Samantha. Amanda says, apparently the tiny screen issue was on my end. I restarted my Fire Cube and it's normal now. Awesome. Awesome sauce. Yeah. But yeah, I have been wanting to do like more of a morning live with like coffee in the name. I wanted to have like something like coffee with Connie. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and ask the next question. Have you ever had a psychic reading? Did you believe it? Was it accurate? I have never had one, but I have always been like curious about them. How about you, Robbin?
No, that's not something I have done. I used to see, they used to have palm readers at the fair every year. And every time I walked by, I thought about doing it, but I never did.
Because, I mean, there's those that are obviously, a scam. But I do believe there are some people that can actually kind of. But I think it's also hit and miss too. Because like some of the famous, psychics, like some things they say come true and then others don't. But I also think it's interesting how sometimes like police will use psychics and the psychics solve the case. I think that's awesome when that happens.
Do you remember there was a guy, oh my gosh, maybe 10 years ago, he was super popular on TV, and he had a show, and it was like an audience, and he'd go up in the audience and talk to people and ask them. He seemed like he was amazing, and then all of a sudden I haven't heard a thing about him in years.
So that one I hadn't heard of, but it's like you never know. Like Sylvia Brown was one that was real popular. But I think like she like gave like a bad reading or something, and she kind of made some people mad at her or something. But Amanda says, I'm a night owl, so 9 a.m. Me and the beg brigade will be snoring. Spring says she has, and it was to the T accurate.
Nice.
So, now I am curious. Now, if you don't feel comfortable sharing what they told you, that's fine. But if you feel comfortable, I'd like to know what they told you. And Amanda says, yeah, I remember that. Can't remember his name, though. Yes. Spring had a busy day today. she's been a busy girl. And like earlier, me and her were chatting on Facebook Messenger, and I could hear her ducks in the background. I thought it was so sweet. I love the sound of like animals in the backgrounds or like birds chirping. So has anyone else had a psychic reading before? Give it a little more time before we move on to the next question. And let's see, Chris is here.
Yes.
So it's John Edward.
Yeah, yes, that's who it was. I loved his show. It seemed like he seemed very real. And I always wanted to do a reading with him.
So how are you doing today, Chris? And what are you working on? But it is interesting sometimes, like what some of these people will say. But like another thing too, I find with psychics too, like sometimes people give them too much information. You really got to be careful what you tell them because then they'll use that information and kind of make themselves look more legit, especially the ones that are scammers.
Mhm.
Mary says, I had a palm reading once. She told me not to quit my day job. I was unemployed at the time. So, how are you doing today, Mary? And what are you working on? Spring says, they spoke of my youngest son. I was not pregnant, and they said he would pass early in life. It happened. Aw, I'm so sorry. Chris says, working on cleaning up house mess and resting in between. So let's see. What else can I tell y'all about that's been going on today? Really, there really hasn't been that much going on today. For the most part, it's usually the same old thing, just another day. Um, you had anything exciting happen today, Frank?
Not really.
Frank hasn't either. And let's see. Crystal says, I have never had a reading except a tarot reading from my mom. So was your mom accurate with it? And Mary says, I'm doing good. It was 40 here today. I got out for a walk looking for a cute Easter project. I know I've been hearing everyone saying that they're starting Easter projects, and I'm like, I may have to find an Easter project to do. Okay. So do you want to go ahead and ask the next question, Robin?
Sure. So we know that you watch lots of Yarny content. What do you watch on YouTube that is not Yarny content? I like, and I don't know if this counts or not. I like to watch the cross stitch channels. There's a group of ladies and they call themselves Cross Tube and then their name. And so I've been going and watching that lately. But I also like to watch a lot of RV stuff, traveling things, and the cooking channels. I like to watch cooking. I don't cook at all. Mister even does all the cooking here, but I still like to watch them.
You know, the funny thing is, like, I always love new recipes, but I like written recipes. I've
Yeah.
never been able to get into cooking shows because I'm like, I got to sit there and try to write everything down usually. And
A lot
I'm
of
just,
a lot of times they'll have the recipes posted. You can go to their link afterwards. I have definitely done that.
I have seen some on YouTube that do that, which I always love it when they do. It's like, you've made my life easier. But for me, well, most of y'all probably know my answer. True crime. I love
Mhm.
me some true crime. And like my favorite channel is Kendall Ray. She's my favorite. And then there's Stephanie Horlow or something. And then there's Danielle, I
Whoa.
think Elam or something like that. And then Brooke McKenna is another one I like for true crime. Something happened?
The wind. Oh,
Whoa,
can you hear? Whoa. That's, oh my gosh.
that's
I'm
scary.
going to pop out and check and make sure everything outside is okay.
Okay. Hopefully everything is. If you can, let us know.
Yeah.
You want me to? Oh, okay. You got it. Okay. Let's see. Caitlin's here. Hi, Caitlin. How are you doing today? And what are you working on? She's been lurking a few minutes. She hasn't had a reading. Crystal says, I don't remember too long ago. Amanda says she loves watching fishing channels. Spring likes music channels. Crystal says, I watch gardening, homesteading, music videos, animal videos. Yeah, animal videos are another good one. What was the name of that channel, Frank? That the one with the cat, like the lady with like 11 cats.
Cream Heroes?
I think it's called Cream Heroes.
Kitty Source.
And she has a second channel called Kitty Source. And I think it started off, I think it was 8 cats she had. And then she had taken in a mama cat and 2 kittens. And initially her plans were to find another home, but then she decided to keep them. So now I think it's 11 cats she's at. And there's one that she has called Lulu. And I love Lulu. He's just like the cutest cat. He's and it's funny because he's a plain looking cat, but he's got like these little short legs. And there's just something about him that's so cute. And really she tends to focus on him a lot on the videos. But like he likes to eat too. Like if she has any type of snack, he's fast to grab that snack. And Cynthia says, I watch the scare videos where someone dressed as a shrub or statue jumps out and scares people. Almost all of them are good sports about it. Awesome. So everything's okay, Robin?
It's just really bad wind, and we have so much dirt here that when the wind blows, you can't see through the dirt and the dust. So he's locking things down out there, and then he'll be coming in. So it'll probably get a little bit noisier in here.
But yeah, I mean, you could see it
Yeah.
shaking.
Yeah, yeah. We must have been hit with a big gust. Well, and there's, y'all know Texas, it's flat. There's nothing to stop the wind. So, and we're basically in the middle of a field. So when it hits it, it hits it. Thank you guys for your concern. I appreciate that.
Yeah, but I was just like, that looks really bad.
Yeah, it scared me. Scared the dogs too.
And y'all, if y'all don't have Vicky, go help her get her community tab. And also another one to check out if y'all haven't already is Gina with Knitting Turnpike. Yeah, it's the winds. They're in an RV, yeah. And Mary says gardening and homesteading. The other Mary says music channels. I gotta try to remember we have 2 Marys tonight. Spring says that she hated high winds when living in a camper.
Yeah, that wind can do a lot of damage too. We'll go out tomorrow and stuff will be thrown all over the place.
And let's see, Mary says gardening, homesteading, and cooking. And Crystal says, I love the channel called Tiny Kitten. It's about 2 cats, Coco and Mimi. Too cute. I'm going to have to try to remember to check that one out.
I'm going to write that one down, yeah.
Yeah, let me try writing that too. Now, other cats that I liked was Grumpy Cat,
Mm-hmm.
and there's one that does like this thing with its tongue. I can't think of his name. Little Bubs, that's it. Little Bubs. And but I don't know, like I don't know if he's so much on YouTube or not. But I know he's a popular cat. Spring says she's not a fan of cats. She's a dog person. Yeah, I also like the videos where you see like these newscasters and stuff reporting, and you see like the animal like do something like not unexpected. Those are hilarious. And let's see. Lisa says if anyone jumps out to scare me, my first response is to hit defend myself. Do some kung fu fighting. Do some kickboxing. Spring says, "Oh no, we live on top of a mountain and it's like a wind tunnel." Ooh. And Chris wants to know if your RV is anchored down.
I don't think it's actually anchored down. It's like a bus. It's a class A, the type that you drive. And but we've got the support, the levelers down, the supports and stuff like that. And Mr. does all that. He's got everything the way it's supposed to be, but sometimes these winds they just do a number. It's more the chairs and the tables and the fencing and the mats and the lights and all that stuff will be blowing around.
Well, I hope you stay safe.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that wind don't get any worse. Caitlin says, I'm good, not working on anything at the moment. I watch Yorny, YouTube, some Gordon, and Homestead. And Amanda says, I should check out Cat Toy Lady. It's a pretty good channel. Yeah, I just wrote that one down too. Because y'all know I love my Meow Meows. And Lisa says, I like gardening and music and animal channels. I love watching Sandy Brock. She raises sheep in Canada, and her husband is a farmer.
Oh.
And Crystal says, Tiny Kitten Channel showed them growing up. They are a little over a year now. Aww. And I really love kittens. I have like the biggest soft spot for kittens.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see. Next question is, when and where was the most amazing sunset you have ever seen? When I was stationed in Diego Garcia, they had like the most beautiful sunsets. And then sorry. And then the way the island was, like you had like the sand and you had the water, basically like for the ocean, but like the port it's more like the lagoon area and I mean you just had like the beautiful sunsets. The water was like crystal blue, and I mean it was just amazing. How about you, Robbin?
I think last winter, we wintered over in Arizona in the desert, and the sunrises and the sunsets there were phenomenal because, again, completely flat and you could see for miles. And it was just this fiery red skies. They were gorgeous.
Nice. If only we could share pictures of sunsets on here.
And you can take pictures of sunsets and sunrises, but they never look nearly as good as they do in person.
And let's see, Laura Lee's here. Hi, Laura Lee. How are you doing today? And what are you working on? And also, y'all go check out Mark Mulu's book that he has on Amazon. And Laura Lee says we have so many incredible. See, I'm having a hard time getting tongue tied tonight. We have so many incredible sunsets out west. Here, I could pick just one. I couldn't just pick one. Yeah, sunsets are so beautiful.
Oh,
Amanda says Biloxi, Mississippi, the sunset over the Gulf is beautiful.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I was stationed in Biloxi for a little while. That's where I went to my sea school for the Navy. And I've been to Biloxi a few times in general. It's not that far. So let us know the most beautiful sunset that you've seen and where it was at.
Joe, quit.
Let's see. I feel like there's stuff that I need to say, but I'm trying to remember. I always feel like I'm forgetting things. Ooh, supper's ready. Ooh, spaghetti. Yeah, I'll be eating whenever I get done with tonight's live.
Mr. made pork chops for us tonight in the air fryer. Whoops, there's Max.
Yeah, I think that's what we're having tonight is pork chops. Cynthia says, I was born in Biloxi. Is it Biloxi or Ballsy? Or however you say it. So I know we were just talking about Biloxi. So I'm not sure if it's a typo or, but anyway, father was stationed there, left when I was 3 months old. So it makes me wonder if she does mean Biloxi. But yeah, the base on Biloxi was actually an Air Force base.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, it is Biloxi that she meant. Okay, but yeah, it's actually an Air Force base, but that's where I was stationed for sea school. Spring says, remember my hubby and you just missed each other at A school, I think it was. Yeah. Because I went to A school in Great Lakes, Illinois. And I think her husband went to A school. Now he did a different, like, he was studying something different, but it was the same base. And I think like where he was going to school wasn't that far from the barracks I lived in. But yeah, like we were about a year apart being there. Yeah, Cynthia says he was in the Air Force. And the funny thing is, when I found out I was going to an Air Force base, I was so excited because, typically the Air Force bases are, the best bases.
Mm-hmm.
They usually have more stuff, to do, better restaurants and stuff like that. But the one in Biloxi, that wasn't the case. And let's see, Gabby's here. How are you doing today, Gabby? And what are you working on? I'm starting to cough tonight. I'm sorry, y'all. And let's see. You want to go ahead and ask the next question, Robbin?
Sure. What were you really into when you were a child? Mine was reading. I read all the time. And I mean all the time. And at one point, They tested me for my reading level when I was in the 3rd grade. They tested me for my reading level, and I tested out at a college level reading level. I read everything I could get my hands on. I taught
Wow.
myself to read when I was about 4 years old, picking words out of the newspaper.
For me, I'm like, what wasn't I into? I love stickers. I have my sticker books. I was into unicorns. Let's see. I loved riding my bike, flying a kite in the field. Like there's a big field behind my street, so like we would go fly kites there. Let's see. Pretty much most of the typical, childhood stuff that girls got into. I love me some Barbies.
Mm.
Um, I'm sure there's other stuff too. I remember making mud pies whenever. uh, let's see. Mud pies. I'm trying to think of some other stuff. I'm sure other things will come to me. Hi, Missy. How are you doing today? And what are you currently working on? Um, let's see. What else did I get into? Y'all remember those little like plastic charm necklaces? Um, and like most of the kids would trade the little charms. Like, you know, if they already had one, they'll trade it to another kid trying to get one they didn't have. And they had them in like the little like bubble gum type machines. And you could get a charm. And I think there was some place that sold charms too, like in the mall, at least where I lived. But I remember those. Mm. Gabby says I can remember making mud pies. Oops. Spring says horse shows and wagon trains. Nice. Laura Lee says I was a tomboy. Uh-oh. Okay, you back. I thought we lost you. Okay, Laura Lee says I was a tomboy and played baseball and football in the neighborhood. Loved to bike and read a lot of books. Loved the Nancy Drew series and anything like that. I love the Babysitter Club books.
Mm-hmm.
I love those books. Okay, you have a good day, Crystal. Or a good night, I guess I should say.
Bye, Crystal.
But yeah, Babysitter Club books. I love playing like Chinese jump rope. But like usually my Chinese jump rope, my mom took some elastic and sewed it together. Um, I don't know. It was like so much that like, I got into as a kid. Playing games with basketballs, like the around the world. And then there was that game Put Out where like Put Out you had to make the shot, the basketball shot like the person did before. And if you made it, you stayed in the game. Well, you didn't get a letter. But if you missed, you would get a letter that spelled Put Out. And once you got all the letters, then you were out. And around the world, you basically made the basketball shots, basically like the 15-minute intervals of a clock. And the first one that made it all the way around was the one that wins. Let's see. Oh, Inherited's here. Hi, Inherited. How have you been and what have you been working on? Okay, the next question I'm going to ask is, let's see, what's your go-to French fry dip? For me, for the most part, I use ketchup. Sometimes I'll use barbecue sauce. How about you, Robbin?
Barbecue sauce is always my first choice. And I have to be careful though, because some of them can be too spicy. I'm such a wimp when it comes to spice. And even just a lot of the mainstream barbecue sauces are too spicy for me. But that's usually what I ask for anywhere I go. And then I like tartar sauce also on my fries.
I'm curious if anyone has any different sauces than basically like ketchup and barbecue sauce. Let's see. Mary says ketchup. Laura Lee says special sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm typically a ketchup girl. And I used to use a lot of ketchup. Like, I remember like whenever I would go to like McDonald's and I'd get like a hamburger and fry and they would have the little cups. I would get like 8 cups of ketchup. Spring says ranch and Carolina Reaper.
Carolina Reaper, you can eat that? Oh my gosh.
What sauce do you make? Oh. Well, Laura Lee says mayonnaise and ketchup. Now Frank takes it a little further and adds a little bit of Tabasco when he does that. But that's like for like crawfish in Louisiana and shrimp and stuff, people will do the mayo ketchup mixture. That's real popular for that. Spring says, yes, my fave. Mary says, not much of a sauce person, but do like ranch dressing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like Frank uses ranch a lot of times for dipping. Um, Typically me, it's ketchup or barbecue sauce when I dip things in. Sometimes I will use a sweet and sour sauce,
Oh yeah.
like especially like chicken
Yeah.
tenders.
And honey mustard, that's really good too.
Okay. So does anyone else have a favorite sauce? But let's see. Laura Lee says, I guess that's ranch and ketchup are good too. If I yeah, ranch, okay. But don't like bottled ranch. Yeah. And you know what's funny? Like whenever I have ranch, I prefer fat-free ranch. I don't like the regular ranch. And then I'm funny too, because like I will only use ranch like to dip like carrots and celery in,
Mm.
but I won't use ranch for a salad dressing. And like usually for salads, I usually go to vinaigrettes, like
Mm.
like Italian dressing, raspberry vinaigrette, strawberry vinaigrette, vinaigrette. Um, Now I will use Catalina too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I guess we'll move on to the next question.
Would you rather explore space or the ocean? Ocean, 100% for me. I love the water. I love a lot of the critters. I like oceans, but I don't like lakes. I like to look at lakes, but I don't like to be out in them. But the ocean, there's so many beautiful fish and just in a lot of them, the sand, the beautiful sandy bottoms and things like that. I guess a nice, pretty ocean for sure. And some of the oceans, like I said, when we were swimming with the stingrays, you could see the bottom 20 feet below, just crystal clear. Absolutely gorgeous.
I have to go with ocean too. I mean, like the coral. I mean, coral is just so beautiful.
Hmm.
And then all the beautiful fish, and I mean, now the one thing that does make me curious with space are aliens,
Hmm.
which y'all know I'd have to go there, but I'd prefer to explore the ocean. Let's see. Mary says ocean, and Laura Lee says I'll go with outer space. I don't like water. And she also wants to know how long you've been on YouTube, Robin.
I think it's been just about 4 years. Well, maybe not quite. I didn't start. I didn't start up right away when we started traveling. I didn't really understand that it was a thing that just anybody could do until my 8-year-old grandson had got onto a channel and he's like, "Grandma, I've got a channel set up." And I'm like, "What? You can do this? Okay, teach me." So that's kind of how I got started.
Yeah. Yeah, the way I got started was I started watching videos. Like at first I didn't even know that there were channels like this out there.
Hmm.
Like I thought it was basically just tutorials.
And
So
gaming channels. That's what the kids were all watching, and they were showing me all this gaming stuff. I'm like, okay, if you'll sit and watch somebody play a game, I can do this.
but yeah, so it's like, I started realizing it. And I'm over there going, I could do that. So I first bring it up to Frank, aka the Biscuit, and he's like, I think you should. And I was kind of like, okay. So then, like, I had become friends with Crystal, the Orny Chicken and Crazy Cat Lady, Gina with Knitting Turnpike, and Barbara with Crochet Therapy. So I would talk with them, and I brought it up to them, and they all were like, "Oh, I think you should do it." So I did.
And we're so happy you did.
Oh, thank you. But yeah, that's how I got into it. But the irony is that like I wasn't around the Yorny community long before I started mine. Yeah, Laura Lee says I didn't even know these existed till a couple of years ago. Because that's how it started with me. I would just look up tutorials, and then next thing I know, I'm discovering, oh, people just like show what they're working on YouTube. I could do that. Yeah. Let's see. I guess we'll ask the last question and then we'll start wrapping things up. Let's see. What do you think phones will be like in 10 years? Um, I really don't know. As much as technology is growing, I'm guessing like you'll have buttons that will like get like a little space, like a little like a space shuttle or something, or like a plane that just like, where do you need to go? Okay, zoop. And like maybe you'll be able to travel outer space. Who knows? But I mean, think about how far phones have come. mean, as a kid, the basic phone that plugged into the wall, yeah, the rotary,
Mm-hmm.
and then the push button one, then the cordless phones came out,
Mm-hmm.
and then now cell phones, and now they're smartphones. And I don't know, it does make me curious.
You remember the first cell phones, the brick, that great big? They were about that long and they were huge.
But it makes me curious where technology, just in general, will take us
Mm-hmm.
10, like 10, 20 years from now. Laura Lee says, no idea at all.
I remember about 10 years ago when they were first coming out, just first coming out with the smartphones. And I had told my late husband, I think I want one of those. And he's like, you can barely use your flip phone. What are you gonna do? I mean, what are you gonna do with a smartphone that you can't do with your flip phone? And now every 4-year-old has one.
I know
I
it's
just
like, and one thing that makes me curious, like, because you gotta realize I don't have kids, so it makes me wonder, how the schools really control the whole cell phone thing. Because I'm sure they say they're not supposed to have them in the
Mhm,
classroom, but I'm sure they still sneak them in.
mhm.
And I mean, I guess the teachers probably would take them away if they catch them, but it's still how do you really control that? Because that phone's going to be ringing in class. And then, because I know, whenever I went to the technical college I went to, they told us no cell phones, but people would get a phone call and they would just step out of class, talk in the hallway, and the teacher really never said or did anything. And another aspect is in the military.
Mm,
Because, I picture the military like it was whenever I was in the military, and it makes me wonder just how different it is now.
mhm.
'Cause I know the Navy, they did away with the janitor uniform. the the blues that looked like the janitor with the bell bottom pants. I'm like, y'all are lucky now. Now y'all get to wear camos. 'Cause, I mean, those like the janitor uniform, that it was so ugly. It really was. Let's see. I guess that's all the responses we're gonna get on that question. So is there anything you would like to say before we finish wrapping up?
Oh gosh, I just really appreciate you inviting me on tonight. The experience has been wonderful, and I am getting very, very close to 600. I think.
Woohoo!
And I cannot even remember the last. I mean, I looked today and I can't remember what my numbers were. But of course, I will be having a 600 giveaway. I have no idea what I'm going to do, but keep an eye on videos for that. I've been posting a lot of videos. I try to post twice a week. I try to for sure post Tuesdays and Fridays, but I've just had a lot of little extras that I've been throwing up lately. And I really appreciate you guys going in and watching them and leaving a little comment. I love getting to know you guys through your comments as well. And don't forget to pop in next Tuesday morning at 10 o'clock Central. And even if I'm just sitting and talking to myself, I'll be there. Whoa, if we're not blown away. I feel like Dorothy in the tornado right now.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
I don't know what I hit, but I disappeared.
We've got 65-mile-an-hour gusts right now, so it's pretty
Oh my.
exciting here.
Be
I just
safe.
I just hope we don't have any traffic where I have to run out and take care of it.
But I want to thank you for coming live with me today. And if y'all don't already have Robin, go snag her up. Her channel link is in the description box of this live, and also pinned to the top of the chat. I'm getting tongue tied really bad tonight, like worse than usual. But anyway, let's see. Oh yes, tomorrow I will be going live at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. It's a new live spot called Coffee with Connie. So I hope y'all can make it to that live. And let's see. Let's see. I see a few more comments. Yeah, Mary's saying she remembers your original channel. And Mary says, I made honey ham and cheese bun wraps for dinner. Ooh, that sounds yummy. Oh. And Caitlin says that she had to sit down to eat. Everything's okay?
I was just worried about the vents. We've got vents on top, and I was worried if they were going to get tore off.
Oh, yeah. I hope y'all are safe tonight.
We've done this a million times. We've been through so many storms, and I think of little things, and I'll ask Mr. about it. He's like, yeah, I already took care of that. Yeah, I already took care of that.
But anyway, I hope everyone has hold on a minute. I forgot what I was about to say. Oh, gee. Oh, yeah. I also want to remind everybody that the Yarnaholics will be going live this Sunday at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. And it's going to be over at Stephanie with Life and Stitches channel. Okay, I think that covers everything. So if you have something to say?
I have a question for any of you guys who have been in my channel lately, or whoops, now we lost everybody's camera. I'm just wondering if you guys can see my notice for my live that's coming up. I've gone in and looked multiple times today, and I'm not seeing it at all, but I saw it the other day. So I'm just wondering if it's just because it's on my end I can't see it, or if somebody would just respond in one of my messages that yes, you can see the listing for my live. I would appreciate that.
Okay. All right, we'll see about that. And if y'all are not already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Please give this live a thumbs up. And also please share my videos on your social media platforms. And I hope everyone has a fabulous Yarny evening, a fabulous Yarny tomorrow. Be the light, and bye.